cut that there. Okay, so now I guess I kind of have to do like a mini intro for this one too. How are we doing on time? Okay, we got about 20 minutes. Really quick. Yeah, here. That works too.
Oh, did you want it?
No, that works too. Hello and welcome to another edition of Popcorn Bucket List. This is the weekly preview episode. Ryan's going through the Matrix right there. I don't know what's happening. If we look familiar, it's because we just got done filming our Oscar recap that premiered a couple days ago. Go and check that out quick and then come back here and see what movies are coming out this weekend.
We actually stayed in the studio.
I mean, I wasn't
the entire time.
That just sounds gross, and I didn't want them to know.
Sorry.
But yeah, we slept here.
We stayed
like 3
here.
days.
We didn't leave.
It was a nice little camping bonding experience.
It was good. It was fun.
But let's just go right into the weekly preview. It's April now, and there are a lot more movies coming out. March was a super slow month. Not a lot of new
Batman
releases.
and nothing.
And Lost City.
And Lost City.
That was the two. That was the two. But yeah, we actually got some stuff to preview here, so let's get into it. On April 1st, April Fool's Day, so I wouldn't be surprised if all of these just don't come out now and everyone just pulls an April Fool's on us. That'd be kind of funny, actually.
Yeah.
But coming out on that day, Morbius. We have previewed this one before.
Yep.
It got pushed to this date. Hopefully it stays here. But this is the vampire origin story of essentially a Marvel universe.
Yes.
We're not sure which one.
Yes, and like there's been all the rumors they pushed it back to put a Spider-Man in it so they can. So there's all those things and.
Well, which one is it going to be?
Yeah.
I think we know it's not going to be Tobey Maguire. It's not the Raimi universe.
They can't afford Tobey Maguire, so
that too.
Yep.
Because he mentions Venom, but Venom is like dead in that universe, and he never says we are Venom.
Yeah.
And he directly quotes. So it's either the Garfield universe, I think is the leading one. But you have Michael Keaton's Vulture in it as well, who was in the Holland movies.
Yep.
So it could be Tom Holland's universe as well.
Yep.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. But moving on to the next one here, the other movie coming out that weekend is The Contractor. This is a Chris Pine movie. Basically, he plays a military man who they get discharged. The movie kind of implies they kind of screw them over. No pension, no retirement, none of that.
Yep. No health care.
Yeah, and they get discharged. So now he's like, well, how am I going to...
What do I do?
What do I do financially to support my family? And he kind of gets roped into like this covert ops thing. Seems like a pretty good deal.
It looks fun.
Yeah, nothing bad on the surface. He's like, yeah, we're going to take down bad guys. We're going to report directly to the president, and you'll get paid handsomely.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
Sounds great.
Then they go on their mission. It's like, well... Are we working for the good guys? Who even are the good guys?
Yeah.
I don't know who to believe right now.
Yep.
So now it kind of becomes a man versus the establishment almost.
Yeah.
Who does he trust? Who does he not trust?
Yeah. And it's like this group of core, probably military members that all got had to leave. Their whatever got shut down. But some of the other members of the team that he's on are some good actors that play in a lot of those military fighting kind of action style adventure movies. And I really like a couple of those actors, and I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Also coming out that same weekend is Apollo 10.5, A Space Age Childhood. This is a direct Netflix release. Richard Linklater movie. He's got he's done some interesting styles before. He directed Boyhood. That's the movie that took like 14 years to film because they actually stayed the same kid throughout all those years and everything. So he's always been experimental. And I believe from what I read, this is kind of like sort of a daydream or something he had when he was a kid around the time of the Apollo 11 missions. And basically the story is the government recruits this kid to go on a test mission on one of the Apollo missions, Apollo 10.5, because it's super covert. They don't want anyone to know. The kid can't tell anyone. He can't even tell his parents.
Yep.
But they send this kid into space because they made the lunar module too small. Yep. Only a kid could fit in it.
Yeah. And
basically.
I love the line from the trailer. They're like, well, why did you make it too small? And then they go, are you good at math? And he goes, yeah. Do you get 100% on every test? Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
it's awesome.
It looks really funny. It looks super heartwarming.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, this is coming straight from Richard Linklater.
Yeah.
He's writing and directing it, so you can tell he's putting his heart in.
Yeah, I am curious to know, did they film it and then add that?
It's a very interesting animation
or
style.
how, or was it just all 100% like animated?
It's a good question. I didn't have time to look into that, but I was kind of wondering that as well.
Because there's some scenes that look like, looks like a composed shot that they just added, the animation on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows?
And then finally coming out, The Bubble. This is jam-packed with a lot of comedic people. It's a Judd Apatow movie. Basically, it's a movie about a bunch of people doing an effects-driven like film. It's meant to be like The Sixth in like their franchise, their imaginary franchise that involves like dinosaurs and alien planets and all that. And it's happening in a time similar to what we just experienced, this pandemic time, and how to film a movie during that difficult time.
Yeah.
It's part of me is worried about it because it almost seems too soon to be joking about this yet.
Yeah.
Especially considering how we're not really out of it yet. I mean, we're better off than we were a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong.
But we're by no means onto dry land now.
Yes.
Like, it's not.
That being said, it does look really funny.
It looks hilarious.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be awesome. However, whether or not critics or audiences are going to like it, that's a big, because whenever you do sometimes some of these more, I don't want to say controversial, but like out there movies, could be hit or miss. So
it kind of reminds me of, at least it also is going to probably make fun of the movie making experience as well.
Yeah.
And that kind of gives me Tropic Thunder vibes.
Yes.
Which when it kind of started making fun of the industry itself, like Tom Cruise is the overactive producer.
Awesome.
The stunts going wrong and all that. Like those are some really funny bits when they can kind of turn around and make fun of themselves every once in a while too. But that is everything coming out here this weekend. There are a few more theater releases now as well. So where can you check those out? Marshall 6 Theater here in Marshall, Minnesota. And one thing we want to talk about, you want to keep an eye on this website. Because every once in a while, they'll get these random like last-minute movies that they can release that we don't know about in time by the time we make this episode.
Yep.
One that just came out was a movie from India, RRR. Didn't get a chance to see it yet, but the trailer looked bonkers. If we had a chance to preview this movie, I would have been shouting to the rooftops, go see this movie. It is Kingsman on steroids set in India. Like, it looked awesome. And you want to check out the website because we had no idea it was coming in.
Yeah.
It was last minute.
All of a sudden, it was just like, hey, we're getting this. And then you look at the trailer, and it's a guy holding a bow with, like, his shirt all, like, it's like, what is this?
Yeah. One guy, like, the tree crashes and his car crashes, and he uses the momentum of the car to, like, jump up, grabs a gun, no look, shoots.
Yeah.
It's just, God.
It's going to be awesome.
Go check out that trailer.
Go
check out that trailer. But that's the reason why you want to look at these websites. You want to make sure that you are
up to date,
seeing the newest releases. And with that, let's move into some number one recommends. I'll start us off because I didn't have one last week. I got one this week. I got a big one this week. Best Picture winner, we can say that now, Coda. I saw it over the weekend leading up to the Oscars. I was trying to catch up on some. This was one I had on my radar since we previewed it in the trailer months ago. And I got to say, it delivered even better than I could have hoped. The story is heartwarming. The conflict, every movie has conflict, is there, and it's really intriguing. The acting is so great by everyone here. Obviously, because it is a lot of sign language, a lot of subtitles, small price to pay as far as this movie goes. A lot of humor, too.
Yeah.
Like, I heard this movie was funny. I laughed so much during it. Like, it's so great.
Okay.
So funny, too. But that's my number one recommend, Best Picture winner. I don't often number one recommend a Best Picture winner. I usually think they're a little overrated or it's not my thing.
Yeah.
This one, fully recommend.
Okay. Good.
What do you got, Ryan? What are you recommending?
I'm taking a little different approach here. I'm recommending a Paramount Plus show, Halo, based off the game. I had high expectations for this from the 2 years ago when they announced they were doing it. I got the chance to sit down and watch it last weekend, and it was awesome. Now, I'm coming from I just played the games. I didn't get into all the lore and all of that, but I absolutely loved it. There are the sounds and the HUD display and everything was on point. When you're getting shot, it sounds the exact same when your shields go down and then the won't, 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 won't as it comes back. Awesome. It was spot when I got goosebumps listening to it when I saw it. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see how it plays out. Yeah, I'm just happy they actually made an adaptation that is good.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Popcorn Bucket List. If you haven't already, check out our Oscar recap special, which we posted earlier this week.
To see who
we
wins.
just kind of run, to see who won. Yeah, that's right. You guys don't
never know.
Yeah, you never know. Except we do know. Yeah, I won twice. But if you have any of your own movie recommendations, be sure to put those in the comments down below as well. For myself and Ryan Meyerberg, we'd like to thank you so much for watching, and we will see you at the movies.